Welcome to our second Chat Lemon. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Let's go right to the Director of Baseball, Chad Roskelly. Chad, through 11 games, your statement on the state of the Lemonade League.
It's been very good. Like we were kind of just talking about, the hits are starting to pick up. We had two very good pitching performances from both teams on Sunday, so that was good to see. And now I'm hoping we can kind of roll it into this week. I believe we have 6 games this week, Wednesday through Monday. So, just kind of keep things rolling, get these guys ready to go for the fall.
Has that been tough to manage who plays when you've got game?
Yeah, especially on the pitching side of things. Obviously, we want everyone to get work in, but at the same time, we need to be smart about it because we can't run out of pitching. Just trying to figure out who's going to pitch on what days, just so we kind of have an idea going into it. And then at the same time, just trying to get everyone at bats. We want purpose of this league was to get everyone at bats, everyone innings pitched. So making sure that we're staying on top of that and making sure that they basically are playing every other day or every 2 days, just so basically by the end of the week, hopefully they have maybe 8 to 10 at bats. That's our goal.
About at bats. Up until Sunday, the Lemonade League had been a hitter's league, and you had been a fine hitter at Michigan State. So let me ask you, would you have liked to hit in the Lemonade League?
Yeah, I think so. I loved hitting. So no matter what league it was in, I think I would enjoy it. But yes, it's been good to see. It's definitely picked up over the last couple of weeks, and guys seem to be getting into their stride a little bit. Better at bats, more hard hit balls, probably less strikeouts. I haven't looked at the numbers, but probably less strikeouts. And then even the walks are down from the pitching side. So that means guys are getting their swings off, which it's been fun to watch. It's definitely been enjoyable.
From the Director of Baseball, Chad Roskelly, let's bring in the commish, Greg Kigar. Greg, last week you told us the story of how the Lemonade League started. Let me ask you this week, where in the world did you find yellow baseballs?
Well, to be honest, that really came from our general manager, Tyler Parsons. You know, we threw around the different ideas and how we could be different. And the great thing about what we were going to do is there weren't really very many rules we had to follow. We wanted to play baseball like it should be played, but why not yellow baseballs? Why not home run derbies instead of 14 innings of play? So yellow baseball was Tyler's thing. And as soon as he brought him in and we took a look at him, it's like, gotta hope the players love this because this is what we're doing. So between the pitching side and obviously the hitting side and being able to see the rotation and things like that, it's been different, but that's what I've loved about it because we've been able to be different.
How many boxes of yellow baseballs are at the ballpark?
Well, we started out with 40 dozen, and the first night with obviously 100 fans, which are out in the outfield and no home runs the first week, somehow we went through about 25 baseballs the first game. So we found a number of them on the roof, which seems to be my job, which is great because it gets me around the ballpark and gets me up to my average of about 20,000 steps a game. But it's been fun. It's as Chad said, the hitting's up, the pitching's up, which seems weird to say that in the same sentence, but they've been really competitive games, and that's all I could ask for.
Is this the first time you've cleaned out the roof for baseballs, or when was the last time that you did it?
Well, I was the first director of stadium operations up at Dowdine with the Great Lakes Saloons. So I spent 2.5 years of doing the exact same thing. I took 12 years off in between those jobs. So it's been fun, and I don't dare walk through the fan crowd with the yellow baseball because I'd either make a lot of money off of it or get pillaged because everybody wants a yellow baseball.
Let's talk to two guys who've been crushing those yellow baseballs. Let me bring in Colin Cornwell and Brandon Scheurer. First, let me ask each of you, would you be embarrassed if I shared your stats so far in the Lemonade League?
Not at all.
Okay.
Just don't jinx anything, all right?
All right, let's start with Colin. Colin Cornwell, you are batting so far in the Lemonade League, .458 with a .533 on base percentage, a .625 slugging percentage. You've knocked in 9 runs, which ties you second in the league. You have 2 triples, plus you've stolen 7 bases in 8 attempts. Has this been the experience you were looking for?
Absolutely. I was just coming in looking to have some fun and play some baseball because we haven't played since March. So it's been been a while to get on the field, but that first night lacing up the cleats and getting out there to play has been just awesome. And it's been a lot of fun playing well and hitting the ball. So
How did you first hear about the Lemonade League?
I was actually playing for a different summer team, and then our league canceled because of COVID and everything. So Coach Jaxa, I talked to him on the phone, and he said, "Hey, I got a great league. They're setting up something down in Lansing, and I think it'd be a great opportunity for you." And I was like, "Absolutely, sign me up. I'm ready to go."
Brandon Scheurer, I'll get to your stats in a second. But Saginaw Valley State, did Coach Jaxa also give you a call?
Yes, I actually got the text early one morning. I was at work and he sent me a text because I've already had I think at that point the tally was 4 summer leagues get canceled, like different leagues that I was supposed to play in or whatever. So he finally was like, "Hey, I think this one's gonna go through. Like it's gonna be really good. Like text him right away so you can get in it." And then I texted him and I texted Greg and he was awesome about getting me in the league. And then everything worked out finally, which we always said because I had a couple different leagues cancel on me, so it was really nice and it was really cool for the Lugnuts to give me that opportunity to play and everything. And it's been everything I could have hoped for. So
With so many SVSU Cardinals, should I be more surprised that there aren't more?
no, there's a lot of Saginaw guys. I honestly was surprised because I only knew of 4 Saginaw guys. And then when we came to that meeting, I think there was 7 or 8 of us now. So it was a big number of us. So but no, it's cool to get to play against guys that you know, and then also playing against guys from high school that I know too. So it's a good mix of guys. So
Here are those numbers for Brandon Scheurer. All right, in the Lemonade League, you're hitting .333. Not only that, you've got an on-base percentage of .667 and you're slugging .467 because you have walked 14 times compared to only 1 strikeout. Have you always walked your whole life?
No, I've honestly been surprised. That was something me and my dad talked about, where how surprised we were with how many walks I've been drawing. Like for me, honestly, I was coming in like everybody else, trying to get some swings, like Chad talked about, trying to kind of figure out my swing again, get back into the groove, and then it's just tough when you're not getting pitches to hit. But I mean, whatever helps the team, whatever helps the Locos win or whatever. So, but the 1 strikeout is honestly something that's been big for me. I've been trying to cut down on that, especially from the season, because that was a problem during the season. So that's something I'm definitely pretty proud of. So,
Colin, with you, was there a focus that you brought into the league that you've been proud of?
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to figure out how to gel with the guys, how to see pitches, hit them where they're being thrown, and I mean, I'm just trying to help the guys win. I mean, it was hard to adjust. I'm not gonna lie. The first couple of games was tough, especially with playing in the stadium. I wasn't. It was rough in the outfield. I'm not gonna lie. It was tough to see with the lights and the glare off the suites. So once I started figuring that out, I started to be more comfortable, and ever since then, I've just been hitting stride. So
You've batted down in the order, down at the very bottom. You've batted right in the middle. You've batted in the leadoff spot. How has that affected your approach?
hasn't changed much, honestly. I've been on all over the lineup my whole life, so I've played a lot in high school. I led off a lot in high school. With Saginaw, with my few spot starts, I got to play at the top of the lineup and at the bottom. So I mean, I'm comfortable pretty much anywhere you throw me. I'm just trying to either draw a walk, put the ball in play, and make the defense make a play.
So far, so good. Brandon, how about you? Playing in a stadium for the first time, were there adjustments that need to be made?
well, I actually, since being from the Lansing area, I got to play in this stadium before with the Diamond Classic and everything. So there's a lot of good memories at that stadium. I know back when I played at St. Pat's, we had a couple we had 1 win there, and that was a really cool memory for me, getting to play at that stadium and everything. So coming back and like kind of reminiscing on all those things, and then getting to play there every day and really feel like a minor leaguer has been awesome. So I love playing in that stadium. The Cooley Law School, I think, is by far and away one of the best fields in Michigan. It's a great experience every time you get to play there. So it's honestly been great. There definitely was an adjustment period with how big it is and the yellow balls and everything, but I think both me and Colin have done a pretty good job of figuring it out now. So
Let me go back to the director of baseball, because Chad, I looked back upon a box score where you took on the Lansing Lugnuts in 2016 as a Michigan State Spartan. And there's Kevin Biggio, there's Bo Bichette, there's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the other side. What was that experience like for you playing in Cooley Law School Stadium?
It's pretty darn cool. We used to draw a pretty good crowd there as well. And then obviously when you had those young guns up there, they were pumped up to see them. And then me just even watching them, Bichette and Guerrero were both younger than I was. And I'm like, holy cow, these guys are good. So just seeing that different level of baseball was pretty cool for me. And then obviously being able to follow them up over the last couple years, getting up to the major leagues. I played Biggio in college when he was at Notre Dame as well. So I remembered him pretty vividly. He actually hit a bomb against us, so it's hard to forget him. But it was very cool. That game was always probably one of my favorite games throughout the year, just because of the atmosphere. And then playing the pro guys, just seeing how good they actually are.
I'll get back to Colin and Brendan just for a second, but Greg, I wanted to turn to you. While we're talking about major leaguers whom we've seen in the minors, do you have a good Clayton Kershaw story?
I have several. A couple I can't mention, but I tell you what, from being involved from day one, knowing that Clayton was coming, and my son being a young left-hander, he came to the very first day, and I named my son Maddox, and who thought he'd turn out to be a left-hander? But I introduced him to Clayton the very first day, and I told my son, Maddox, whatever Clayton does, you do the same thing. A great, bright young kid, and it hasn't shocked me. They were so careful with him that first year. You could tell that there was going to be something pretty special there, and he hasn't let anybody down. Better person than player even.
Brandon, growing up in Portland, did you go to Lugnuts games as a kid? Did you go to West Michigan Whitecaps games?
I've actually been to both. So my school, I remember, I think it was either in 3rd or 4th grade, we took a field trip to a Lugnuts game, and then like playing around the area and stuff. So I played a tournament in Grand Rapids when I was younger, and one of the things was everybody in the tournament with I can't remember what you had to bring, but everybody got free admission that was in the tournament. So I've been to both, and so that's where like coming back to the stadium and hearing like the Go Nuts song like just brings back memories of like being a kid and stuff and everything. So it definitely was a cool experience to get back there and hear it all again. So,
Colin, how about you? Did you attend minor league baseball games as a kid?
I've been to a few. I've been down in Indianapolis where the Bats play, I believe. I was just down in South Bend where the Cubs play with my brother's travel team this summer, so I got to see like the stadium. Didn't really get to watch the game because there's no minor league ball, but it was still cool to experience the stadium. And by my house now, down Metro Detroit area, the USPBL, which is like the independent league down here, Jimmy John Stadium, I've played out there a few times, so it's been somewhat of a cool experience to obviously get on the field, and I've also got to watch the games as well. So, yeah.
Sometimes when I'm watching these Lemonade League games and something happens, whatever it might be, I can hear that crowd out beyond the left field wall. Colin, how well are you able to hear them?
Oh, when I'm in left field, I definitely hear them every night. But yeah, they've been really, really good. Some nights they've been more rowdy than other nights, but for the most part, they've given that ballpark experience that we've obviously missed out on this year. But yeah.
Brandon, how's that crowd been?
They're definitely rowdy some nights. They're, like Colin said, there's some nights I can hear them louder than others, but no, they definitely bring that atmosphere, even with just the 100 people. I think the apartments definitely help too. That's a cool thing, having the apartment lofts out there and having people like, I think the first night, when I looked out there, every deck had somebody on it watching the game, probably just because people miss watching baseball at the stadium and everything. So that was really cool.
Spoke with Chad right from the very start about how good the Lemonade League has been for hitters. And to hear all about how hitting is contagious and how much fun it is. Let's start with you, Brandon. How much fun has it been going into each game when the offense is hitting like this?
It's been a blast. I think my team, I think we struggled a little bit at first trying to kind of find the bats, and the Lugnuts putting up I think it was 11 runs in 4 straight games was crazy. But like, I think we're definitely starting to hit our stride with our hitters and stuff, with Cade putting a couple home runs out, everybody's just kind of finding it, and especially with Alex McCormick putting one out the other night. I think we're definitely finding our stride as hitters. So it's been awesome kind of getting back in the groove and everything, and just kind of slowing down, letting the game come to us again. So
did you know Alex had that kind of power to go out to straightaway center?
I've seen it in the cage, but I did not know he had that kind of power. I knew he had pop, but I didn't know he had that much pop. That was quite the swing. So
Colin, how is it to play for the Lugnuts, who score 11 runs every game?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, there's really no pressure on you because guys up and down the order are just putting the ball in play and getting on base and giving you the opportunity to do the same and drive runs in. So, I mean, I can't complain. But, I mean, both teams have great pitching staffs. Like, guys throw strikes. Guys have been throwing hard. They have good off speed. So, I mean, even though we've been hitting the ball really well, I think it's also a nod for the hitters as well because we've seen great pitching. I mean, these guys that are on the mound are outstanding as well.
All right, you brought it up. I'm putting you both on the spot. Which pitcher in the Lemonade League would you least want to face?
Brandon, you can go first. You can take that one.
Oh, I'm hoping Colin says me after the AB had against me.
Two scoreless innings.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a cool memory to get to, especially with Colin, seeing him step in the box. I was trying to be all serious, and then seeing him step in the box with a big smile on his face, I had to crack a smile. But I think the pitcher I would least want to face is actually on my team. It would be Jesse. Jesse's filthy, man. He lefty, throws hard, like good curveball, good changeup. Like he's a guy. I think that'd be a very uncomfortable at bat being a lefty. And I guess you can ask Colin too for being a lefty how that at bat was or who he picks. But I would definitely have to pick Jesse.
Yeah, I would go with Jesse as well. I mean, his off speed, he broke me on one of those pitches. I think it was last week, Wednesday, when he pitched. It was a 2-2 count. He just drops in a curveball that broke like 20 inches. It felt like it started at my head and ended up at my belt. And I was like, man, there's nothing I can do about that. So I mean, he's got a nice fastball and complementary pitches that are just tough to hit as well.
Let me ask you guys. There are the players who know each other, and you're both SVSU Cardinals, and players who know each other from high school. But by and large, in this, you've got a mask, and the way that only show up to the ballpark at 5 o'clock or thereabouts, it's really tough to get to know your teammates. So and Colin, let's start with you. Have you made any new friends? Absolutely.
Pretty much all the guys on the team have been really friendly, and I've gotten to know each one of them pretty well. The guys that I've gotten to know the most have been my outfield teammates because, I mean, I'm with them all the time. But I pretty much know every single guy, and we're all getting along, and it's a lot of fun.
Brandon, how about you? How's it been getting to know your teammates?
It's been awesome. I would definitely say I've made some new friends. It's been cool getting to know all the guys, and I think all the guys came in with the same mindset of, yeah, we all want to get better, but we're all kind of in this together, and we all want to help each other get better. And I think that's definitely helped with like the team chemistry and everything. And I think that's something that I'm going to take away from it the most too, is just meet new guys. And then when we play teams like Davenport or Northwood, where it's like guys like Brock and Owen or Colin, like guys that we're going to face, and I see them across, like we just give like hey, it's like we know each other, like we're friends now. So even though in that still competitive aspect, we still want to beat them on the field. It's cool to have friends off the field as well. So I think the teams of both, I think they're, from what I've heard from Colin and then some of my other SVSU teammates that are on the Lugnuts, I think they've gelled just as well as we have. So it's been cool.
Let me get into that time that you did pitch. Will we see you pitch again in the Lemonade League?
I don't know. I hope so. I think if I pitch again, Colin's got to be more serious because he's going to make me crack a smile. So I missed my spot on that 3-2 pitch, and I'm glad he didn't make me pay for it. But no, that was a really cool experience, especially asking Pete, because Pete was my 16U summer coach back when I played with the Kings. So getting to ask Pete, because I was asking him one night when we were low on pitching because we had a game the next day. So I said, Pete, let me pitch. And he's like, no. He's like, wait. He's like, I forgot you did pitch. He's like, do you want to? I was like, sure, let me pitch. So then when it came about, me and Michael had to eat up some innings for us so we could save our guys for Sunday, which ended up working really well. So
things worked out great. Colin, Have you volunteered to pitch?
I have not, but I'm ready to go when they need me. I pitched in high school. At Saginaw, I'm more of just an outfielder, but I can junk it up a little bit.
Chad, this was something we were talking about. Okay, pitching shortage. Have there been any thoughts to say to Riley McCauley or Cam View, hey, do you guys want to head out to the mound?
Oh, they have both said that they're willing to. Yeah, it would be funny. Cam was actually messing around with me the other day, and he said, I'll probably go out there and get shelled or something. Guys will be getting hits off me. So, yeah, they've thrown the idea around, but I think he would be a little bit worried about what the outcome may be. So, but, yeah, we'll see. He's been both of them have been keeping their arms in shape. So it's actually been kind of cool to watch them do what they do pregame and everything, just still throwing the ball and basically keeping in shape just so they can be ready to go if they ever need to be. So, yeah, it's been fun.
But if there's a need for a backup catcher, we're not going to see you.
You will not see me back there. No way.
Colin and Brandon, let's wrap it up with this. We have not yet seen a home run derby. One of these days, we might see a home run derby. Colin, would you want to take part? Would you want to be that slugger?
I mean, I feel like there's a few guys that can swing it a little with more juice than I can, but I mean, I would do it. I would go with probably Morrow first and Zaid probably second, and couple other guys that are power hitters, but I would, if coach asked me, I would absolutely do it. It's gonna be awesome.
Brandon, how about you?
I don't know if I'd be Pete's first choice, especially with Cade having 2 bombs. But I mean, if he asked me, I don't know if I could say no. But I think there's a lot better options out there. With Alex, the power he showed the other day, or Cade. I don't think I'm the guy to try to put one out at that stadium. It's a little big, so we'll have to see though.
Just pull it right down the line. Just keep it nice and high.
Yep.
For Brandon Scheurer, for Colin Cornwell, for Chad Roskelly, the Director of Baseball, and Commish Greg Kigar, this has been Chat Lemon. Big thanks, everybody. Take care, and let's play some more baseball.